What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Stay Tuned. I'm Tony Angelo. This is my YouTube channel, and today we're going to do another list. I had a ton of feedback on the last one. One thing that we talked about at the beginning was how money works. And I was definitely ragging on crypto and NFTs a little bit. A bunch of computer nerds decide to make their own money and call it a crypto coin, and it's worth nothing, and then it's worth $50,000. That was about a month ago, and since then, that market has tanked. Now, this is not financial advice, but I'm just saying if you listen to me, took all your money out of that chunk and put it in cars, you'd be doing all right now. This is not financial advice, just to say that again. Listen, I'm sorry that happened. It's a bummer, okay? Did I cause the crash? Did I do it myself? I doubt it. And listen, I don't know how many 90-pound incels I can fight at the same time.
Wow. Now you're all in big trouble.
All right, the list we're going to do today is the last 5 muscle cars you can still afford, part 2, because I got a ton of crazy feedback, and I'm stoked on all of it. And there's some really good points people made in there, and I want to go through them. So we're going to start at number 5 this time. We're going to count to 1 like a proper countdown. That's we're going to add that in there. I think it's more fun. All right, you ready to rock? Now, this is muscle cars, right? So to me, a muscle car is something cool, American, V8 powered. It doesn't have to be the best handling car or some overall performance lunatic machine, just something cool looking that you can rip around and have some fun in with your friends. And this is the point. Look, everyone's talking about inflation, right? Inflation is going crazy. Our money is just turning into garbage right in front of our eyes, right? So here's the thing. That's no fun, right? You can't see it. It's not exciting. Buy these cars, you can start talking about stuff like oxidation, right? Degradation, fermentation, stuff you can see, right? It's like a visual way to watch your money just melt into the ground. It's beautiful. I'm a visual learner. This is the way to go. Boom. Buy cars. And actually, what's crazy is all this stuff is actually still going up, so it's better off than sticking your money in a bank. Again, this is not financial advice. I have no idea what to do with money. All I do is spend it on cars. Hey, what's up, guys? It's just me breaking in here to say if you like what we're doing on the Stay Tuned channel, please hit that subscribe button right now. Take 1 second. Boop. Do it. I'll wait. Perfect. All right. Let's get back to the video. All right, so here we go. We're going to rock this list. Number 5. Boom. Now, this is a car you've seen before. You probably know it, but it's still one of the absolute best values in hot rodding, muscle cars, whatever. It is probably the best way to spend $2,000 and get a running and driving rear-wheel drive V8 car. And it is the Ford Crown Victoria, also the Grand Marquis or the Marauder or the Lincoln, I think, Town Car, maybe Continental. All right, we're talking about the Panther platform. They use them for cop cars, they use them for luxury cars, but they're awesome. It's a body-on-frame car. It comes with the 4.6 single overhead cam. Some of the other stuff have like burlier motors in them, the quad cam cars. They're absolutely killer. You can get them really cheap. As long as Cletus hasn't bought up all of them at this point in Florida, you can still find them. They're awesome cars. They made them for a bazillion years. They started putting the 4.6 in them in like 92 when they came out with the sort of second/third gen, and then later on in 98 they made it Watts Link in the rear to make it handle even better, and then in 03 they redesigned the whole frame underneath, which added like rack and pinion and really made it like the final version of what is a really killer car. There's a ton of great upgrades out there. The dudes from ADTR make a ton of great stuff. It's just a really fun car, and I'm telling you, if you just get an ex-cop car and paint it, red or blue or some other color, black probably is good. It's just a great killer way to get around. I love these cars. We've had a few. We turned one into a truck. It's really, really fun. And if you're a high school kid, that's a great way to go. You get a lot of the good stuff. Overdrive trans, fuel-injected V8. You're talking about, 230-ish horsepower, I think. You get a Watts Link rear end, multi-link, live axle still, but it's trailing arms with the Watts Link, and it's pretty radical. Number 4, first gen Dodge Dakota. We talked about the S10 last time, and people were like, "I get it," and I get it too. It feels like a muscle car, right? It's small, body on frame, takes a V8. The Dakota is probably more rowdy. They had the RTs. They had like V8s from the factory, a lot of them. It's a really cool looking car that's really grown on me recently. They're a very decent price. We're talking under $5,000. You can get a rust-free one out here. I really like them, and what's so cool about them is that now Holley is making stuff to easily swap in the Gen 3 Hemi parts, and once you put that thing in there, you are off and running with 400 plus horsepower, no problem. It's a great car, it's a great buy. It's a little truck, I know, but like once you get it ripping and roaring, you're gonna feel like you're in a little muscle car. It's a killer buy, and all of these very boxy, 80s trucks now to me look like classics. They look pretty radical. Number 3, we're gonna talk about something that is one of the best values out there, period. The C4 Corvette. Now, I was going to make a list about the best sports cars you can buy, and I'll do that at some point. We're going to do a bunch of these. I'm going to do best swap cars, probably best cheap Japanese sports cars. And I feel like the C4 is a muscle car, right? It doesn't have crazy refined suspension. It was, built as a sports car when it came out. But it's live axle. It's got that dual trailing arm. It's just not that serious. But it is a muscle car, and here's the deal. For some reason, they are cheaper than everything. They're cheaper than the Camaros of the same year. You can get them LT1, you can get them with real T56 6-speeds, and you're talking $5,000-$6,000. They are absolutely radical. And if you want to get an earlier one and swap a motor in, the fiberglass isn't going to rust. As long as you get one with a decent frame, you can have a pretty good handling car where the styling is only growing cooler and cooler and cooler. I've seen them $2,000, $1,500. You could even take off the early crossfire injected dumbass ones, put a 4-barrel on there, throw a cam in there, and make some decent power. Or you could yank it out and swap in any Chevy small block you want, and you can make some serious power for a good price with any of those. You could put a Vortec motor together with cam, make 380 horsepower. It's just a great car, and it seems like they made a lot of them. I don't have any trouble finding them. I even like the earlier cars with the darty back end. Like if I'm gonna go 80s, I'm going 80s. So my thing would probably be buy the early car, yank the crossfire junk motor out, yank the Doug Nash 4+3 6-speed overdrive, whatever that thing is, out of there, and drop in a later L98 worked up motor with a 383 or something, put the TKX in there, and you would have a super sick car, and it just looks good. It's cool. It's rad. You can go take it to Radwood and have fun and be super 80s, and it's a great little car that does handle decent and has better brakes and better handling than the average muscle car, and it's a crazy good price. It's a crazy value right now. C4 Corvettes, they're awesome. Yes, everyone that's going to scream that the C5 is awesome too, that'll be on like a sports car list because that's a real sports car. All right, let's keep on rocking here. Number 2. It is the Plymouth Volare Dodge Aspen. These are late 70s cars. Essentially, they are like, the successor to the A-Body, which is the Dart, the Demon, the Duster, the Valiant, all those rad cars. And it was the 70s and it was gas crunch, and they were just trying to still have a little bit of fun. They made a Roadrunner with a 360 in them that didn't make any power. They made a 318 car. So you can bolt, small block V8s right into them. They are pretty cool looking. I think the little fastback Volare Roadrunner thing is sweet. They come pretty decked out. And what's important about this is that it is a good buy at this point. $3,000. You can get one with a V8. I've seen it happen. Listen, if you live in California, my condolences. You can't, hot rod that thing out because of your smog laws. But every other state in the union, you can do it. So get yourself one. Go, hot rod out a 340 or a 360. Stick it on there, make a bunch of power. It's a really cool car. I think everything late 70s is coming on, mid and late 70s is coming on really strong. It's just a cool car. I love Mopar stuff. I think they're really rad. I love the LA motors. I think they make a bunch of power, and they sound great, and they run awesome. So it's a great car with pretty decent styling. Trim those get the bumperettes off that thing, suck the bumpers in as best you can, or take them off, and you have a pretty radical little car. And I think more parts are coming for them, would be my guess. You know what I mean? I don't know what it takes to swap a Gen 3 Hemi into one, but it would be super sweet as a daily driver. I like those cars a lot. They're very cool. So go buy one. Number 1. My favorite muscle car buy right now, and I had one and I got rid of it, and I'm looking to get another one, is the 1973 to 1977 GMA body. What's up, guys? I gotta break in here because guess what? I am absolutely outlawing myself, overruling myself on number one. I wish I could tell you that the 73 to 77 A bodies were it, the Colonnade cars, because I think here's the problem. We missed it. It's too late. I've been looking around. I saw one decent car not far from me with a small block running for $4,000. But honestly, besides that, I've been seeing junk like rusty Oldsmobile four-door Cutlasses for $8,500, and honestly, we can't do it. We can't do it. Pulling the spot. We're pulling the number one spot. The new number one spot, and this is a better call, I'm going to be honest with you, is the G-Body. There it is. It's just the best car. I love them. They're small. They've got 4 links in them. It's a body-on-frame car. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 1978 to 1988, and it covers a ton of cars. Regals, Grand Nationals, Malibus, Monte Carlos, Monte SS's, the Grand Prix, all those cool Aero Coupes. These things also are very popular in NASCAR. They're incredibly rad. They're in Days of Thunder. Think about that mellow yellow car. Super awesome. 80s rippers. There's even more of them. The Cutlass, the 442. I actually like pretty much every G-Body. Every two-door G-Body rules. I love the Malibus. I had a Malibu in high school. El Caminos. I mean, they're so good. People make a ton of parts for them, and they made so many of them that you can still get them for a great price. It's a cool car. They have done everything with them. There are circle track cars that are great. Tons of drag cars. They work really good. I really like the G-Body. The G-Body, number one, best muscle car buy out there that you can still afford. So go out and get one. I'm going to do the whole list. Ready? Here's the whole list. I looked it up. GMC Caballero, Oldsmobile Supreme, Calais, Cruiser, Salon, Pontiac Grand Prix, Pontiac Grand Le Mans, Pontiac Bonneville, obviously the Grand National, GNX, Regal, Monte Carlo, El Camino, all the other stuff I talked about. So it's a ton of great cars. Get out there and get one. If you get your hands on an Aero Coupe, especially the Pontiacs, they are the coolest. They have this wild back window. It was like a NASCAR special. Wound up on the streets. If anyone knows of a Hurst Lightning Rod, not rusty shell for a decent price, 442, Hurst Olds, send it over here because I would like to have one, please. All right, cool. That's it for this episode of Stay Tuned. You guys are the best. We will be cracking on the 74 Firebird next episode, and that thing is coming along. Motors parts are coming in, and we're getting ready to rock with that thing. So, thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I appreciate you. All right, peace.